I think that movie sounds really interesting too. I'm totally engrossed in the idea of that. All right, 9:47. You know, why sit in the house in the kitchen making food when you can sit around the campfire and invite your friends? Why
exactly.
not?
I mean, this is what we do up at the cabin.
With all sorts of pointy objects and how you can use them.
Exactly. Well, things with long handles. You need a long handle because your arm could burn. Obviously, your hand is going to burn.
There is a reason for some of these.
Right, exactly.
I love these ideas.
Yeah.
You got a whole
slew here,
things
so
that
I
you
kind
can
of
bring
wanted
into
to
the
cover
cabin.
them, which these to me are just kind of fun ways, again, to kind of engage with your guests when they're coming over. First thing is a popcorn maker. You know, I don't think a lot of people realize that there are actually campfire popcorn makers. I love that look on your face,
I know, I was
Alex.
like, what?
So 2 different styles here, and you actually can even use these to roast chestnuts in your fireplace if you want to.
Oh, really?
You know, during the
holidays,
the winter season.
Sure.
So how it works is you would put, you know, roughly about 2 tablespoons worth of oil in here. You could use coconut oil if you wanted to as well. You want to get that hot within the campfire itself initially for about a minute. Then put 1/4 cup of popcorn kernels in here. Close it back up, and then shake it around. Within a couple of minutes, you'll get roughly about, 8 cups worth of popcorn out of these. Super cool, very inexpensive. You know, these are roughly about $30. Not that, kind of a nice price point for people. The next thing is, summer's about making s'mores in the campfire as well.
I love s'mores.
I know, exactly.
Yeah.
But sometimes you're looking for a good stick. You know, you pull them out and
sometimes
it's like you've got bark on your, bark on your marshmallows. Not a good situation. So there's actually a company, and all these products generally are made by a company in Wisconsin too, which is really kind of cool. The links will be on fox9.com. This is a marshmallow tree roaster. So
you eat a lot of marshmallows in there.
You can eat a lot of marshmallows. But I wanted to showcase that when they come, they kind of look like this. So they're really kind of smooshed up type of a deal. They are completely malleable. So when you get it, you're gonna want to pull these out. Don't worry about breaking it. I think some people get it and they go, oh, it's deformed, it's not gonna work, and then they'll send it back.
Okay.
It's totally fine. Again, these are roughly probably about $12 for these, not too terribly bad.
That's very reasonable.
If you're like me, I'm a complete carnivore. I want to throw meat on everything. Here's a really great way to cook hot dogs or brats on your campfire. It actually cages them in like this, as you can see here. I'm watching where Tom is with the camera. And then you just slide this lever down here, and that actually keeps them in place. Now, if you don't want to hold on to, and I'll move these here a second, if you don't want to hold on to your hot dogs or your brats while you're cooking them, there's actually a little stand that will sit within your campfire, so that way you can set them on top and sit and have your
walk away.
Your margarita if you want to, or your margarita. Right, and then you just turn it around. The one thing that I remembered growing up, and that we would have at campfires, they're called Pudgies, or they're called, campfire pies. These are actually made out of cast iron, like this. They lever together, or they lock together like this. And how it works is, when I would grow up, it's kind of like making a grilled cheese sandwich.
Sure,
you butter the outside of your bread,
pan.
exactly. But then we would put pie filling inside of them, and that would be a treat after we were done, kind of having our hobo dinners and stuff. But this has really become kind of high science. There's actually a cookbook that you can actually get called, Pudgie Revolution, where you can make all kinds of really interesting things. There's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in here that you add Fritos to. You can use tortillas.
Everything I love right there.
Exactly. So many different ideas. Biscuits, phyllo dough, macaroni and cheese. It's kind of like whatever you want. And these, I like the round ones because they crimp. These are $30.
Okay.
I like the round ones because they completely crimp the bread all the way around, but they do make square ones if you're not OCD and need to be medicated like me. Okay? Lastly are these bread and biscuit sticks. Now, how these work is that you wrap a croissant, or a crescent dough around it, or biscuit dough around this, and then you put it into the campfire.
Do you need to heat this up first before you put it in?
No. And then you just completely keep turning it around in the campfire. Obviously, you want it up, not in the campfire itself. And then it'll actually brown. And I left, this on here so that way viewers could kind of see how it gets brown around there. Then you literally just kind of grab it with like a mitt, pull it off. What's really great about them is if you fill them with like butter or syrup, or sugar. They are so delicious. Or put like a Jimmy Dean sausage in there. Oh my God, they're so good. So, and again, fairly expensive. I think these are probably about $11. So think about cooking in the campfire, enjoying, and engaging your guests. That's what I kind of love about these things is that you're engaging your guests that are over. You're having fun. You're laughing. They're creating their own.
They're making
meals.
their own meal.
Exactly right. Exactly. And there's really kind of no cleanup with
Less
this,
work
people.
for you, right?
No cleanup. Right.
All right. I love it.
So thanks.
Ross, great ideas. Make food around the campfire. I love it. And
right.
you can always
sing
check
songs.
out and sing songs.
Kumbaya.
Check out Ross's podcast. It's called The Good Podcast.
The Good Podcast. It's always good all the time. So goodpodcast.com. Thank you, everybody.
9:52. The Fox 9 Buzz coming right back.